Good morning. It is Wednesday, April the 22nd. It is Earth Day, which is what we're celebrating here today at Brain Boot Camp. So you might notice that Brain Boot Camp looks just a little bit different this time. Chad is no longer able to edit the videos, and so we've gone from, let's say cheesy to government cheesy. You all know what I'm talking about with the government cheese, right? So I've hired a new production crew in budget. They are, well, here they are. Yeah. Well, they have a lot of enthusiasm, which I really appreciate, and they have just a little bit more tech savvy than this mama. So we'll be grateful for that today. It's a good day to learn something new. And on that note, it's time for Brain Boot Camp. So you all have heard me say before that the best warm-up, the best preparation you can do for Brain Boot Camp is the act of walking from your home to Brain Boot Camp. So the physical component, the physical warm-up, is really, really good for us. There's a whole lot of research and study that's been done about that. So today, with that in mind, I have asked a special guest to join us in boot camp. I think you're going to recognize her. Here you go.
Good morning. I am Sarah Yahiro, the Wellness Services Liaison at Westminster Village, and today we are going to be doing 2 minutes of exercise. It isn't the typical exercise though. It is a combination of brain-body exercise, and our theme is Earth Day, so I brought the globe in. So I'm going to give you 3 words. The words are kangaroo, dirt, and lemon. I want you to remember those words. So get them in your head. We're going to start the exercise. Put your hands across your chest. Give me some sit to stands. I want you to press out of that chair. You're going to do this for 30 seconds. Now, if you need to press off with your hands, do that. But if your legs are strong enough to use those legs, go ahead and do that as well. Keep it going, keep it strong, but rest if you need to. 5 more seconds, can you do that? Press it, and press it, and you are done. Very good. Breathe in a little harder. What were those 3 words? If you said kangaroo, dirt, and lemon, you got it. To the next challenge for Earth Day. This next exercise, you are going to extend your legs straight out. Point your toe as far as you can. Bring it back. Point. Bring it back. Point. Bring it back. Now, while you're doing that, you are going to be answering questions about our wonderful Earth. The question is, what percent of the Earth's surface is water? Look at those choices. While you look at those choices, switch legs, press, and press, press, and press. If you said C, 71%, you got it. Now, challenge the body a little bit more. Legs straight out. Point, flex, point, flex. As you do that, question number 2 is, what is the circumference of the Earth at the equator? Look at these choices. In the thousands. Still keep those legs going. Do you have your answer? If it is A, 24,901, you got it. Okay. And last but not least, go back to the right leg. Add press, point and flex, last challenge to the brain. What is the gas that composes most of the Earth's atmosphere? Look at those answers. Keep the legs going. If you said C, nitrogen, you are correct. And happy Earth Day.
Isn't it great to see Sarah? I appreciate working with her. She was really good-natured about doing that video for me this morning. So now that you are warm, or if you're like me, kind of no longer breathing heavily, so that's the good news. That was hard, wasn't it? Now that you're warmed up, though, let's get started. One of the things we know is great for our cognition is laughter. It truly is the best medicine. So I've got here on the screen for you 5 jokes. I've got the joke on the left side in green. I've got the punchline in blue on the other side. I'm going to ask you to try and connect the correct punchline to the joke. You have got 30 seconds. So time is up, and now we have switched these around. I've put it on the screen here so you can see we've reordered. Why are people always tired on Earth Day? They've just finished a march. If April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring? Pilgrims. Why are A's like flowers? They are always followed by B's. When should you buy a bird? When it's going cheap. And finally, why are recycle bins optimistic? They are full of cans. That one kind of cracked me up. That was my favorite one. Okay, time to move on. Okay, now that we've had a laugh, for this next section, we're going to look at what Earth Day is, where it came from. So in 1969, Earth Day, the concept of it, was established at a UNESCO conference in San Francisco. On March 21st, 1970, a sanctioned proclamation was signed by Secretary General U Thant at the United Nations. And just 1 month later, on April the 22nd, 1970, U.S. Senator Gaylord Nelson founded Earth Day here in the United States. So, what I would like you to do, a little computation warm-up today. Take all of the digits, all of the numbers here in this, these sentences I've provided, and total them. So for example, you would add 1 plus 9 to get 10 and proceed on through. Do this in your head if you can. So this is a mental math exercise. You've got 30 seconds. And time is up. All right, so if you added all those together, I warned you this was low tech, right? If you added all those together, you would get 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 9 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0. That would total 66. Now, I know some of you are looking at the TV right now saying, Rachel, I did not understand that direction and I added it up completely differently. Look, remember, however you added it up is the right way. The point is to add it up. But that said, we're going to move ahead with the number 66 because I learned an important piece of trivia about our planet. Roughly 66 million years ago, some scientists say that dinosaurs were became extinct because of a major life event. I don't know, asteroids or to take your pick on theories, but they think it was about 66 million years ago. So here's something interesting. At that time, the frogs survived. 10 types of frogs survived. And now there are over 6,700 known frog species. Who knew? 6,700 known frog species. That doesn't account for the frogs we don't know about. With that said, you've got 60 seconds to come up with words that rhyme with frog. Time's up. All right, so hopefully you came up with some great OG words. You might have just gone through the alphabet and found things like cog, dog, jog, log, all those. Also, you might have come up with some that begin with the consonant blend, like blog, slog, smog. Those are all interesting ones. All right, let me scroll down. This is the behind the scenes where I have to look on the computer screen. Okay, so 2-syllable words, things like agog, hot dog, lap dog. My dog thinks she's a lap dog. And 3-syllable words, things like analog, epilogue, dialogue, all those kind of words. I have to tell you the most interesting one I found here was the word Prague, like the city. I wish I could hear what kind of words you're coming up with right now. But for now, that's what we've got. Take a moment to kind of sort your words into different categories and see what you've come up with that rhymes with og. Finally, I'm not sure if you noticed, if you were doing that math earlier, this is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day, which makes it a great Earth Day to celebrate. 50 years. We have celebrated that in the United States. It's hard to imagine that Earth Day is 50 years old. Actually, it's interesting. I never realized that Earth Day came about not as some do-gooding positive thing that we might think of, but it actually came about as a protest. So initially, Earth Day was a protest. I had no idea. I was just a baby at that point, so I missed it. I wasn't actually alive quite yet when Earth Day happened, the first Earth Day happened. But I turned 50 this year. There's some other things that turned 50 this year. So, Irish Spring Soap. What do they say? Clean as a whistle? I think that was his tagline. A Boeing 747, Chevy Vega, the Environmental Protection Agency, a ban on cigarette ads on television, and the Ford Pinto, among other things. But these are ones that I thought had kind of interesting earth or green or environmental awareness type of connections. So I'm going to ask you 4 questions or 4 activities, and this is 3 minutes long, this one, and there are 4 questions. The first of them are, I'd like you to write these down in alphabetical order. So rewrite them in alphabetical order. The second question is, I had to put a check mark next to things that you have used or ridden in or somehow been associated with. So, for example, if I don't expect anyone probably worked for the EPA, but if you have had some other connection to them, or if you watch television ads regarding smoking on TV, what did those what do you recall of them? What brand of cigarettes was it? What logo or theme do you remember from that? Next thing in, what year did you turn 50? And finally, how many family members, immediate family members, do you have under the age of 50? All right, ready, set, go. It's 3 minutes. That was a long time. I'm not sure if 3 minutes was the right amount of time. You know, I haven't mentioned this, but a lot of times when I write at Brain Boot Camp and I'm delivering it to you all live, I kind of watch who's around me and know, you know, if I need to stop early or start, give it a little more time or whatever, I can kind of make an adjustment in the moment. So obviously that does not work with the video. And so I'm sorry if sometimes you find yourself waiting or you find yourself feeling rushed. If you have feedback about that, it would help me phase it out, but I'm trying to make my best guess effort. So with that said, let's get to the answer part of this deal. So read my cheat sheet here. In alphabetical order, it should be the ban on cigarette ads, followed by the Boeing 747, the Chevy Vega, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Ford Pinto, and finally Irish Spring soap. So the next question was things you have actually used or had some association with. I don't know how you all came out on that. I would be interested to know. I didn't have a lot, actually. Of course, the soap and the plane. That's about it for me. So, and then finally, what year did you turn 50? Why, that would be 2020 for me. And how many immediate family members under the age of 50? Well, I have a lot. I'll help process through that. I have just, I guess, my children under the age of 50. I don't have any grandchildren, and I'm an only child, so I don't have any nieces or nephews per se. How about you? What do you have in terms of children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren maybe, that you would consider to be family members under the age of 50? Boy, I'd love to know those numbers too. If you get a chance, send me a little note, let me know how many that is. One day, somebody's going to give me grandkids, right? Someday. All right, so we'll move on to the next activity. I don't usually do this, but I think it's very much appropriate and in line with Earth Day. I have to mention one of our long-running Brain Boot Camp supporters, June, and in her honor today, I am putting up 4 of her favorite variety of puzzles. These are, of course, a rebus. They are a picture puzzle. This is a 2-minute activity. I've given you 4 of them. See if you can come up with what they mean. That's it. All right, and time is up. So, I don't know how Earth Day these rebuses, I think it's rebuses are, but to bring it into the Earth Day loop here for Brain Boot Camp, the background music to that, of course, was John Denver's Country Roads, played on the euphonium, if you didn't recognize the instrument. So I'm not really sure the legality of playing music, and so to err on the side of caution, well, I provided my own accompaniment for that one. I haven't infringed on any copyright protection there that I'm aware of. So anyway, the answers to the rebus are, you are full of baloney, up there in the top corner. Next to that is win with ease. Below that is trail mix. There's a little Earth Day theme for you. And then finally, next to that is forgive and forget. Hopefully you got those and enjoy them. So it wouldn't be Earth Day version of Brain Boot Camp without a little trip outside. So I got a short video, and then I haven't made you do math yet. So a little bit of walk and a little bit of math. And then I think we're wrapping things up today. Here you go. And that is my dog Frances. She can't walk in a straight line, you might have noticed. We took a walk in honor of Earth Day yesterday at Prophetstown. She loved it. Even better, no ticks this time. That makes any day, any walk a good walk with my dog as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so we took that walk, and on that walk, my tracker said that I took 6,223 steps. So that is our number for the day. I've got 4 math problems. These are basic computation. 4 math problems here for you based on the number 6,223. Time is up. All right, the first problem. 6,223 minus 425 is 5,798. You'll notice I didn't say and anywhere in there, Wayne. Very careful. I didn't get it right last time. I'm trying hard this time. All right, second problem. 6,223 plus 999 equals 7,222. The next problem, 6,223 times 12 equals 74,676. And finally, 6,233 divided by 100 equals 62.33. And that is the end of your computation section and also the end of this boot camp. So thank you for bearing with me. This is the very first time in my life I've ever done this. Written, recorded, and edited a 30-minute program. I can teach an old dog new tricks. I can't teach Frances any more tricks, but I guess I can learn a few. I hope you have a great week. I will see you this Friday, don't forget, for Art in the Studio on Friday at 10 o'clock on Channel 91. And again next Wednesday for Brain Boot Camp. At 10 o'clock on Channel 91 on Wednesday. Did I say that twice? Whew. I don't know what else to say. Have a great day.